And we say good morning to you. Welcome. We're live to kick off a brand new week. We're live again at the Kingsport Boys and Girls Club on Stone Drive here in Kingsport. Thanks for being with us on this Monday, May the 8th, 2017. I want to say thanks to my man Corey right out of the chute. Corey's the man with the plan. Corey came in and said, let me get you fixed up. And so he did. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank him enough. Also, we're here again on behalf of Lisa and Ann and all the folks making this go. We're here again in the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. There is a reason. There's a big shindig, if you will, coming up this coming Saturday evening. We'll talk more all about that. You're invited to join us in Rome. This is where I need some Italian music to kind of showcase what's happening. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a great cause. And, of course, it's a fundraiser, obviously. And there are still a few tickets left. I'm going to tell you how you can plunk down some money to win a 2000. Check this out. Here's the picture of it. 2017 Porsche or Porsche 718 Boxster, not Boxer, Boxster. Only $100 a ticket. Compliments Rick Hill Imports here in Kingsport. See down on the front tire, it says 1,250 tickets available. It is a fundraiser. It's $100 a ticket. This is not maybe somebody will. Somebody comes out of here. It's been ongoing for many, many years. The car has been donated, and so somebody's going to drive out of here, out of Meadowview, I should say, on Saturday night with a brand spanking new candy apple red convertible Porsche 718 Boxster. Awesome. And so it's $100 a ticket if you're out there watching somewhere, anywhere across the, as folks would say, across the greatest country in the world, the United States of America, or around the world for that matter. You can still buy a ticket online or tickets. And Lisa will be here in a few minutes, again, the CEO and executive director, but there aren't many left, I can tell you that, so which is a good thing, good problem. There's only 1,250 tickets available. And so once they're gone, they're gone. And you can go to kbgc.org. In fact, I'll put that back up on the screen for you. kbgc.org. Or you can call here locally 230-4160, or anywhere, I guess, 423-230-4160, extension 231. Or again, simplest thing to do, it's coming up on Saturday. You need not be present to win, obviously. It says KBGC, Kingsport Boys and Girls Club, kbgc.org. And again, there's a few tickets left, and Lisa will give the very latest how many's left. There's not many, and you have until Wednesday to purchase the tickets. And of course, the event's coming up this Saturday at Meadowview here again in the Greater Kingsport area. Proceeds to benefit the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. So we'll hear all about this great organization. It is not a babysitting service, I can tell you that. In fact, it says to inspire and enable all young people. Well, I can't read it. I got to put my glasses on. I can do that. The mission statement's over there. So let's do that. Let's see right now. The Boys and Girls Club mission statement says, oh, wonderful, to inspire and enable all young people, especially those that need us most, to realize their potential as productive, responsible, and caring citizens. Very nice. Very, very nice. And so inspire and enable all young people, especially those that need us most, to realize their potential as productive, responsible, and caring citizens. Talking NASCAR coming up a little bit later on, NBA basketball, Major League Baseball. Boy, the Cubs and Yankees did a marathon last night at Wrigley Field in Chicago. We'll tell you all about that coming up. We've got baseball today. It's a doubleheader of sorts. We've got this show to 1 o'clock, and we'll come right back about 3:15 and bring you Elizabethton Sullivan East baseball right up the road at J. Fred Johnson Stadium in the AA baseball tournament, and we'll do that again coming up at 3:30. If you win, you're off until Wednesday. If you lose, this is a winner's bracket game. If you lose, then you come back and play tomorrow night at 7:30. So the goal, of course, is to keep winning. They got a big win yesterday, 10-1 over Happy Valley, and so they'll play Sullivan East today. Again, they have split in the regular season, and so it'll be a chance to see how that comes out. In fact, we're going to talk to the Elizabethton head coach Ryan Presnell coming up here in just a few minutes here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. As we always do, we dedicate the show to the man who hung on the cross. We unashamedly do that. And so without him, I am nothing. I've tried it the other way, and it didn't fly. So once I figured out and got dialed into the man and got serious about living for him, and yes, I make mistakes, certainly, but trying to live for him and do it the right way, it's, well, even with the bumps in the road, if I got him to lean on, the bumps are a little easier than trying to do it yourself. I had to learn that the hard way because I'm stubborn and mule-headed. I will keep you in perfect peace if you will keep your mind steadfast on me and always trust me. I am a rock you can always stand on. Whew. Rock is capitalized, by the way. That comes out of the book of Isaiah 26. I will keep you in perfect peace if you will keep your mind steadfast on me and always trust me. So try and think things, the old WWJD, kind of look at it how he would look at it. What would Jesus do? So keep your mind steadfast on me on everything and always trust me. I am a rock you can always stand on. Whew, preach it. Amen to that. We'll take a quick break, come right back. We'll jump in and talk NASCAR. A guy that got a big kiss in victory lane yesterday from a pretty little girl. That would be Mr. Stenhouse Jr., and that little girl would be just just happened to be Danica Patrick, his squeeze. And so big win yesterday for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. We'll take a look at NASCAR. We've got Major League Baseball. We're going to hear from Ryan Presnell, the Elizabethton head baseball coach, a little bit later in the show. Also going to hear from a man Gator. He's going to join us a little bit later on with the quiz show. Also, Greg Taylor will be coming by, one of our great sponsors at Center Street Wealth Management Group, Wells Fargo folks, and also a board member here at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport, talking about this great organization and the big event coming up on Saturday evening. Here's the front of the program. You're invited to join us in Rome. How about that? I don't know if you have to wear togas. I don't know what you got to wear as far as the period costume is going to be a met of you. And so the Roman holiday is what it's called. So all kinds of great Italian food, feast on Italian cuisine, shop the storefronts, experience the extraordinary delights, including a silent and live auction, and, of course, giving away this Porsche. All that, again, awaits you in the Eternal City, Rome, coming up this coming Saturday evening from 6 until 9:30 at Meadowview Conference Resort and Convention Center here in Kingsport. And one of the great sponsors of the show, and one of the night, you probably see it right there, the good folks in Food City. And that, of course, would be right here on the old ball cap, good folks in Food City. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at NASCAR. Big weekend at Talladega. They were wanting the big one. They got the big one. They had two big ones, two big crashes yesterday. In fact, one of them, I don't know if you saw the video, one of them, he was upside down in his car in the middle of the track. It, of course, stopped the race, red flagged everything, get everybody off the out of harm's way, and go in and get a guy flip back over. His car at 190 miles an hour went airborne and ended up on the hood of his car. He was hanging upside down inside the car. It was a scary moment. But again, safety first with NASCAR. It's unbelievable how fast these cars go and all the safety measures taken. And so he basically got out and walked away scot-free. Tell you all about that, who won, and the whole rundown, where they're heading next. Quick break. We'll be right back. It is a Monday, May the 8th, 513th show. We're live with the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
The deals are heating up for Truck Month at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. Over 300 new Chevys to choose from, all with incredible savings. $11,000 off MSRP on 16 Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs. Check out the savings online at championjc.com. 16 Silverado Crew Cab, $33,685. 16 Track, $17,460. 16 Equinox, $21,615. 16 Traverse, $27,365. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back live with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We are live on the phone. We go to head baseball coach Ryan Presnell, the Elizabethton Cyclones. And, Coach, first off, good morning. Sun's up, bright day, big win yesterday. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I had a good day. Garrett Hartley came out, nearly threw a complete game. Had a couple issues where pitch count got a little up, so we decided to pull him out before the seventh started. Trey Sham comes in, shuts them down, and the bats came alive yesterday. Really pressured their defense and did little things that kind of caused the water to break through the dam and come out with a good win.
Huge win for the ball club. So now you're in the winner's bracket, and let's talk about Sullivan East. That's today's opponent. You saw them twice in the regular season. Tell me about them.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough ball club. I do know that they threw Chase Fry yesterday, and he's their number one. I believe that their number two is a young man by the name of McGrew, who's a pretty good pitcher as well. So we're going to come out and press the issue. We're going to throw our number two out against them, and should be a good winner's bracket battle.
Is there any strategy differently playing in a big ballpark like J. Fred Johnson Stadium, because it is a big ballpark? Any strategy different, or you just go with the flow and go with it?
Not for us. Our strategy works on how far the distance is between bases, to be honest with you. And that's 90 feet wherever you go, and the home plate's 17 inches from T-ball all the way to the big guys. So we've made sure and tell our ball club not to be affected by a baseball park. Now, does that mean I don't have guys that can't put it out? No, that's not true. I've got some guys that really can. But at the end of the day, we're gonna play our game plan. And the park over there, really, the issue's been the last couple of days has been wind. So kind of wreaking havoc with fly balls. Base runners really got to be on their toes. We have to communicate properly, which is something we work on quite a bit. And so should be a good day.
On the Ryan Presnell, they're 15-9, taking on Sullivan East. They split in the regular season, and so the other side of the bracket has Sullivan South and Unicoi County in the winner's bracket, and then there's an elimination game today between Happy Valley and Johnson County. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
So big day of baseball for Three Rivers Conference.
Absolutely. So let's talk about Brody Adams. Let's talk about the offense yesterday. Tell me some of the guys that swung the stick big yesterday for Elizabethton. Well,
Evan Carter was an obvious big guy coming right there in the middle and really driving through some big runs here and there. Had a 3-hit performance. Ethan Eggleston, as always, on the base pass, got him almost a 600 on-base percentage. Corey Russell right there in the second moves him around a couple of good times to score him twice. Just a good day for our offense where we really showcase what it is we can do. Is we can go anywhere from a good little bunt, little sacrifice bunt, up to doubles and triples in the gap. So that's what we try to do. We try to be very dichotomous with our approach. So if one thing's not working, we can always flip the switch and go to something else. Just have a play off of a play. Something I learned from a football coach at times: if the run ain't working, you better have a good pass game, because if you're a one-trick pony, somebody's going to be able to figure out that trick.
You got it. And I want to pay tribute to a young man yesterday, again, early in the ballgame, the second batter of the game. Perkins goes out, and so you got to move Ethan Eggleston from second base in behind home plate, and then you brought Carson Dillard out to play second, and of course he got a chance to bat for only his second at bat as a varsity Cyclone. So I thought the young man, came out there and handled that. Obviously a different situation to go, hey, get out there and play at second base, and he did it, and Eggleston went behind the plate. So got to give props to those two kids that did a great job in a less than ideal situation.
Yeah, I mean, Carson Dillard, just to kind of rewind, if you're going to play a good tournament of baseball, you're going to have something like that happen.
Sure.
You're going to have something to come up unexpected.
Yep.
Basically, catcher catches a little injury, and we've got that's probably the worst place I could get an injury is your catcher other than your pitcher. And so at that point, we've got to shuffle defense, and you kind of look down the line and pick out who you got. He's had a great JV year. And the kids, as you saw from the play that he made at second base, he's got great hands. We know that he's going to go out and give us just the average play. And that's all we were really looking for yesterday. So put him out there and got a couple added bonuses, had a sacrifice bunt, and actually put the ball in play, all three ABs. And as a freshman coming in on that type of stage in the opening round of district is very impressive. And so we tossed him a game ball yesterday because he absolutely earned it.
So what's the status for Perkins? Is he out for the rest of the tournament or just from yesterday?
I'm not telling you, Tom. That's crazy. We're going to continue to monitor his progress. He's a tough kid. If he can be back, he will.
There you go. Hey, we'll be there ready to go at 3:30 this afternoon. Appreciate you letting us promote and broadcast the Elizabethton Cyclone baseball. We'll look for a big win today against Sullivan East. We'll see you out at the ballpark, all right?
Thank you, brother. God bless you.
You got it. Good man right there, our buddy Ryan Presnell, again, the head baseball coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. And, again, getting ready to do battle today, as we said, against the Sullivan East Patriots. And that'll be airtime 3:30 right up the road to J. Fred Johnson Stadium. So we got a little doubleheader going on today. We're here at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. We're going to take a break. We're going to bring in the lady who makes it go. She is the CEO and executive director. We got some silent auction items. We got the Boxster you can win. We got a big night. Let me show you again here on camera. You're invited to a night in Rome. How about that? Coming up on Saturday at Meadowview here in Kingsport. She, Miss Lisa, will join us coming up next year. We're live at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. Wednesday will be a Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Thursday will be a Champion Chevrolet. And then on Friday we'll be at a new Food City on the Food City Friday. So quick break. We'll be right back, and we'll be joined by the young lady who makes this place go. She would be the CEO and the executive director. Miss Lisa's in the house. She'll join us next year on show number 513 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live here again, show number 513. There she is on camera. She would be the CEO and Executive Director, Miss Lisa Belhars. Did I get it? Yes, sir. Is that good enough? Make sure, let's see, I can mute your button. Yes, I did. Let me hit that magic button right there. Now you're with me. Thank you. So, we're ready. Let me put this up on screen again. This is a cool event coming up again. You're invited to join us in Rome. So kind of set the stage. Big event coming up on Saturday. It's a big fundraiser. And so kind of give us an overview. Tickets are still available to be there. Tell us what's going to be going on.
Oh, goodness. Well, you're going to get a chance to go on a Roman holiday. We are transforming all of Meadowview, the big, huge conference center, the major ballroom. We've got the whole thing. And you're going to walk in and see the piazza. We're going to have fountains and lots of wonderful Italian food. And we've heard lots of our patrons talk about their dress. Several, it's kind of scary, are going to come in toga, but most are going to come dressed for a Roman holiday. And we're very excited. We have lots of storefronts that will be set up, and they're going to talk about different things that they offer. We have so many live auction items that we're going to be doing. We've got a P. Buckley Moss original that's just an amazing piece of artwork. We're going to auction off a ride on the Santa train for 2. We have golf at the Virginian for 4. I'm going to just talk about a couple. We have a 2000 Ford Ranger that only has 19,000 miles, original miles on it. It's got a brand new paint job on it. The inside's been redone, the upholstery and everything. It's basically a brand new truck. We're going to be auctioning that off. We've got, of course, a bed by Tempur-Pedic. We've got fried green tomatoes with Joan Cronin, a dinner. So you get to have dinner with you and 6 of your friends and your spouse or significant other. We've got a 2-night stay at Harbor Club. We've got so many wonderful things. Those are the live auction items. We've got a Porsche driving experience that you can try and win. And we've got, of course, a ton of silent auction items. Everything from a pizza party for $30 to some menswear, a 1-year membership at Shooter's Edge, lots of golf packages. People around here just love golf packages. We've got some severe bill getaways. We've got a picnic for $50. We've got an Allendale picnic. Goodness, we've got some overnight stays at Meadowview. Just, you name it, we've got it. But more importantly, the night really is about having an experience. It's not your traditional sit-down dinner for a gala. It is about an experience. It's about being able to walk around, hang out with your friends, party with your friends. We've got some lovely wines that we're going to pair up with the dinner itself. We have food stations, so if there's particular food that you don't really care for, you don't have to eat it, but you can go back to the stations you really enjoy. And as I said, it's just a wonderful evening. You get to go to Rome for a night. Where else can you do that?
That's right, smack dab in the middle of East Tennessee, too. So teases again, we're talking to Lisa. You can see on the screen she's the CEO and Executive Director here of the Boys and Girls Club. What would you say, your 6th year? Is that right?
Yeah, been here
awesome.
6 years.
Doing a great job, too. This place is hopping. In fact, Kim's going to come up in a few minutes and talk a little bit about Boys and Girls Club, let you know that it's not, I always say this, and Greg Taylor and I always get on there and talk about it, it's not a babysitting service. There's a lot going on here at the Boys and Girls Club in Greater Kingsport. So tease us the menu on Saturday. What's some of the great food you can have?
No, I can't pronounce some of these.
That's why I asked
just
her
being
to do
very
it.
honest.
So we'll just wing it together.
Of course, we have an Italian Caesar salad, Italian bread. I'm going to tear this up. I won't pronounce the name, but it's Italian flank steak, roulade with tomato sauce. We have shrimp scampi, tortellini, pesto shrimp scampi with cheese tortellini tossed in a pesto oil, blistered red and yellow tomatoes and shaved Parmesan. Oh, stuffed shells. We've got a vegetarian ricotta stuffed shelled with a marinara sauce. So for vegetarians, we're trying to cover you. We've got chicken piccata. Oh, that's really, really good. There's a vegetable ratatouille. That's going to be really good. And then, of course, the desserts. We've got cannoli. We've got tiramisu. Yes, ricotta cheese cookies, amaretto cookies. We've got mini biscotti. That one I can't pronounce.
Okay.
And Italian roast coffees, of course. Then for those that have tables, that have purchased a full table, they're actually going to have an ensalada caprese, which basically, I did that one right, which is fresh mozzarella and Romano tomatoes, fresh basil, cracked black pepper, assorted olives, Italian breads. All of that will be set on the table ahead of time. So if you have a table, if you've purchased a full table, which I think it may be too late if you haven't, but those that purchased a table, that was an extra bonus that we're doing. And the Aberdeen Olive Oil Company, they're actually supplying the olive oil and the vinegar, vinegars, and so there'll be breads, and it's just going to be a great time to eat and stuff yourself. And like I said, we've got lots of good Italian wines, and we're very excited about it. There will be a lounge so you can dance the night away and get rid of all the calories you're going to eat that night. But it's just going to be a fun night, and we really want people to come out and have a good time and enjoy your time with friends, and you'll get to see the sights and sounds of Rome. We really transform. It's not something that you walk into and think, oh, this is kind of rinky-dink. We make it all out. We spend all week decorating and getting ready for it, and I can't wait to have folks see it. VIP Scene's going to be there, and VIP Scene Live, of course, is going to be there. So they'll be walking through and showing everyone what it looks like.
Don and Lisa, we're live here again at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. By the way, the box tour we've been telling you about for the last 3 or 4 weeks, Greg Taylor's come by many times, talked about it. Tickets are gone.
They're gone.
Tickets are gone, so we can't promote that anymore.
Good luck to everyone that purchased. Thank you so much.
Yes. So somebody's will actually win this car. It's not a maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody gets tossed the keys and says, thanks to Rick Hill Imports, enjoy it. And you give one away, last 3 or 4 years?
This is our 11th year.
11th year.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So no strings attached. It's your car. Drive it home. Wow, that's cool. So anyway, the tickets are all gone, and so we want to promote that anymore because you're out there watching and listening. You can't get a ticket even if you wanted to, but you can get tickets to come to the event. How much are those?
They're $100 a piece, and you can get them at the door. We'd prefer folks to sign up ahead of time because we don't want to run out of food for sure.
No. And I want to look at some more of these. A 2000 Ford Ranger. These are live auction again.
Yes.
The one, the only, Ron Ramsey, the retired lieutenant governor of the great state of Tennessee from our neck of the woods, will be the auctioneer, who is just awesome. He has a lot of fun. I've worked a lot of events with him, and he cuts up and throws in a little humor, and it's all good. And so he'll be auctioning off a P. Buckley Moss original. Of course, she is in here all the time, up against the wall with Rick and Lisa Milhorn all the time in Kingsport. Mm-hmm. She loves coming here. So we're going to be auctioning that off. We also have a brand new bed from Tempur-Pedic, which is made in Duffield, Virginia, right across the state line. Here's a 2-night stay at the Harbor Club. That's on Lake, in Greensboro, Georgia. Lake.
I don't know.
Oconee?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm saying it right. When Greg gets here, he'll know because he's been there. So we'll set that over there because I watched that one. It's O-C.
O-N-E-E.
Oconee. Lake Oconee.
Oconee.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I'm country as cornbread. I'm sorry. But anyway, a Ridgefield membership, a custom iron structure from Appalachian Iron Works.
That's actually really awesome. They've upped that this year. It's like $1,500 worth of custom work. They do a phenomenal job.
Now check this out. A vacation in Ocean Isle, North Carolina. Been there. Love Ocean Isle Beach. This is an 8-bedroom, 8-bath oceanfront condo. So at Ocean Isle, just 45 minutes up the coast from Myrtle Beach. Our buddies down at Riverfront are donating this, and he's a great guy to do that. So can accommodate up to 23 people. So if you're looking to go to the beach this summer and 8-bedroom, 8-bath oceanfront home. You bid on that. That's part of the live auction. So at Ocean Isle, North Carolina. So a lot of neat things. That's just a live auction. There's silent auction items as well. Mm-hmm. So it's all good. So we get tickets. Where can we get them right now?
You can purchase online at kbgc.org. You can call in and get them here at 230-4160, extension 231. Or you can come directly to the facility, which is right here off of Stone Drive.
Been here 6 years. What's the neatest part of this job for you as the CEO and executive director?
Oh, wow. Our kids are just amazing, but this part of the country, it's just truly a blessing to be able to live and work in this part of the country.
Yep. And so you have been here, as you said, 6 years, and this has gone through a lot of changes here, a lot of improvements and upgrades, hasn't it?
It has, yes, sir. We're going to be opening a new site in Scott County the beginning of June, so we're excited about that. That'll be our 5th club. So we're very excited about that and very excited for Scott County.
So ballpark number of kids you serve?
Last year we served a little over 2,300 young people throughout the year.
It's awesome. It's a great facility. And again, it is not a babysitting service. Kim's out there. She's going to join us here in a minute and tell us all about that. So it's going to drive me nuts till I find out what that is. I'm one of those. The Harbor Club, maybe you can go down, maybe you can ask one of those folks out there. And or I can just wait till Greg gets here. But anyway, it's in Greensboro, Georgia. It's 2-night stay at the Harbor Club, 8 rounds of golf, a 2-night stay at the Harbor Club, which is a Weiskopf Moorish design golf course, rated 3rd in the entire state of Georgia. There's a lot of golf courses in Georgia, obviously, down around Savannah, on the coast, and all throughout the state. So this is primo, and so that's something else you can come in and bid on. Coming up on Saturday. The event starts at 6 and goes to what, about 9:30?
It goes to about 9:30. Around 9:30 we do the drawing, and then actually we have a VIP. We have like an after parties that you can purchase tickets for, which will have bourbon and port and wine and chocolate and cigars. And so that's a lot of fun too. So for those that want to stay up a little later and party a little longer, we'll have a little special event afterwards.
There you go. As we go to the break here, tell me about a website. You have a website for the club. Tell me how we get there.
We do. It's same website where you can get tickets. It's kbgc.org.
Yep. And everything you want to know about this great club is there. And also how you get tickets to the event coming up again on this coming Saturday. It's going to be a big hoorah, as they say, and it's going to be an Italian night again at Meadowview Conference Resort and Convention Center. You want to come back in a few minutes, talk again?
If you'd like me to,
oh,
sure.
Absolutely. Does a great job. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll check in with Kim. We're going to talk a little NASCAR. We've got sports coming your way. That's why we're here, the Tom Taylor Sports Show, on show number 513. They said it wouldn't last, and we're going strong. Show number 513. Quick break. We'll be right back. Again, live from the Greater Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. You are listening to and watching the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, One call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
Back live with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. There she is on camera, the area director of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport, Kim Gibson. She has the answer, by the way. I sat down and said, what's the name of that place? And you said?
Oconee.
There you go. Oconee, Lake Oconee in Greensboro, Georgia. Recently voted one of the top 10 lakes in the United States, so it's a two-night stay there. One of the live auction items that retired Lieutenant Governor Ron Ramsey, who's also an auctioneer, obviously, will be auctioning off coming up on Saturday at Meadowview here in Kingsport. We're live at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport, getting ready for the big hoorah, as they say, big hoopla. Are you going? You going to be there?
I will be there.
All right. So some will be wearing togas. Is that right?
That's what I hear.
Okay. All right. Ruh-roh. All right. So, now, togas is, I remember back when I watched Animal House, that's like just like a sheet,
like
right?
The bed sheet. Hopefully ours will be a little more classier than their bed sheet. So
I like his lady already. So anyway, it's coming up. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes. I want her to talk for just a second, and we get into some sports. Got some NASCAR talk about and some a lot of sports talk about, as a matter of fact. But I want her to convey to you as she looks in the camera and shows and tells that this is, as an area director for the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport, lots going on. More than just a babysitting service, a typical day. I mean, these kids are on the move all the time. Tell me about it.
They sure are. We try to instill a sense of usefulness and belonging. We want our kids to feel safe. We want our kids to feel important. And we try to base all of our activities and programs around our 5 core areas, which are our sports and fitness and recreation, our career and education development, our health and life skills, and we do character and leadership and the arts. We want to base everything around those 5 areas, but we also want them to have fun. But at the end of the day, they want just what we want. They want to feel important. They want to feel needed. They want to feel like their opinion matters. So some of our programs with our character and leadership development would be like our Youth of the Year. We sent a young lady to Nashville to represent our area, and she done very well. We partner with clubs in the area like the Kiwanis, the Rotary, the Lions Club. They all come in and they do a great job working with our kids. We have a lot of wonderful field trips planned for the summer that'll get our kids out there, and we want to be important to the community. We want to make sure our kids know that, you know, the community is important, and we don't want to just be somewhere to drop your kids off and, you know, it be the typical babysitting day. We want these kids to leave here with something meaningful when they when they leave at the end of the day. So.
And they're looking for role models. Kids looking for role models.
Absolutely.
They want to be able to look up to somebody. We all do. We all did when we were kids. So there's a chance for folks to come over here and volunteer and help out and be role models and mentors, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll take any kind of volunteers that would like to come in. We do a lot of our college kids around here. They'll come in and they'll volunteer their time to us, and we just have a great time. We have tournaments, and we do healthy habits. We have our own garden program. We grow our own food in our raised garden beds, where our kids get to go out there and they'll pick their own food. And we got Appalachian Sustainable Development comes in, and she'll actually cook, and the kids get to eat their own food that they grow.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So, and the farmers market is actually going to let us come and put out some of our food we grow this year with our kids. So it's all about getting them to feel important.
Yeah.
Like something they do at the end of the day is really important, and people are noticing.
And that they matter.
They matter. Kids are no different than we are. They, adults want to.
You hit it.
Adults want to feel like they matter, like they're important, and somebody notices them. And kids are no different.
Kids are no different. She's exactly right. We're talking to Kim Gibson, the area director for the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. So you talked about role models. You talked about character. I'm big on that, because you look, and a lot of these kids come from tough situations at home, so they can't, in a traditional nuclear family, hang their hat on a dad or a mom and kind of look up to them, because sometimes they're not in the picture or not like they should be. So they come here and meet folks here at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport, and to develop those bonds and relationships that last for a lifetime.
That's exactly right. It is so good to be able to just see one success story. If you can leave here at the end of the day and you can tell one success story with one of these kids that you've changed their life or you've saved their life somehow, then it makes your job worth it.
There you go.
So it's and you get attached. I call them my kids, because that's basically what they are. So.
Now, there are some satellite clubs. Of course, this is the main club here on Stone Drive in Kingsport, but again, Lisa just alluded to the fact getting ready to open up a new club in Scott County. So they're here, but you also take the club out there to them. Tell me about that.
We do. We've got a Hawkins County site, and we've got 2 sites in our housing projects at Riverview and Cloud, and of course our new project with Scott County we're really excited for, because I'm a Gate City girl, so I know what it's like to grow up in Scott County, and there's just not a whole lot over there for the kids to do, except their sports programs. Their sports programs are excellent, but not all kids are great at sports, so we're hoping to bring an opportunity for a lot of other things over there for the kids in Scott County.
So where will the club be in Scott County physically?
Right now, physically, we're going to be at Shoemaker Elementary.
Cool.
They're going to let us come in and do our summer programs there, and then when school starts back, we're not sure exactly yet, but we know we're going to be there for the long haul. So
we're talking to Kim Gibson. Before I let you go, there is a website. How do you get there? And once we get to the Boys and Girls Club website, what will we find?
We go to kbgc.net, and you can find our membership application. You can find our hours of operation. You can go in there and you can see all of our core program areas. You can see the things that we focus on, our mission statement, and just what we are here to bring to the community for the kids.
Absolutely. KBGC, as she said, .org is where you go and check it out. And if you want to volunteer, how do we call? Do we call here? Do we get online? How do we say, hey, I can bring something to the table and show these kids? I don't know what it would be, but somebody, whatever skill they have, they want to pass on to young people and say, I'd like to volunteer my time, or just plug me in where I need to be plugged in. How do we get signed up?
If you'd like to come in and volunteer your time, we would love to have you. And if you've got a program out there that would be an interest of our kids and it can make a difference in their lives, you just come here, and we have a volunteer application package you can fill out, and we'll get you started. We have a lot of I think this past month we had 635 volunteer hours just last month.
Wow, that's awesome.
And it's a lot of college kids getting their time in for the classes they were taking. And we actually, last year, we had a volunteer that came in and got his time in. He was doing college hours, and now he actually works for us. So he ended up staying with us.
That's a cool story. volunteer and transition to a job. That's really cool, to make an impact on these kids. And these kids need role models. Man, oh man, do we ever need role models for these young people.
Absolutely. This is our future we're looking
Absolutely.
at. So.
Yep, these kids are going to be running this country, run this town, run this city, and you know the rest of it in the next 10, 15 years. We got to put them on the right path, give them every opportunity to be successful, and they do here at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. Kim, good job. Thank you. Appreciate you coming by here. And, again, keep up the good work, everything you're doing, and keep making a difference for these kids in their lives.
Absolutely, and we appreciate your time and getting our message out there.
Oh, absolutely. That's why we're here. So we'll take a quick break. And, by the way, the name of that lake is?
Oconee.
I love it. Hit that bell. She came in and said, looked at me like, what's Oconee? What's the problem? It's like, because I'm country. Lake
Oconee.
I'm going to write that down because I'm going to learn that all shows. Because you're not going to be here. Oconee. Phonetically. Quick break. We'll be right back. As promised, we'll talk NASCAR. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. brought home the checkers yesterday in Talladega, and the first one in Victory Lane to give him a big old smooch, Danica Patrick, his girl. We'll take a break, talk all about that next here. We are live again at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. You did it.
The website wrong. I think I said net.
They'll never know the difference. Kept right on going.
That's right.
So that's good. Good job.
She threw me to the wolves this morning.
You've done this before.
No.
You've never ever talked on the radio?
No. I've never done public speaking, period.
You are lying to me.
No,
Tell the truth.
Sir.
Seriously?
Nope.
I would have never guessed that. I'm being serious. Because I do this for a living. I would have never guessed you'd never done it till today.
Lord, no, she threw me to the wolves this morning. She called me at 10 to 11 and said, I need you upstairs at about 11:15 for the radio. I'm like, huh?
Wow. Well, you did a great job. Yeah, thanks, pal. But you did a great job. I would have never, ever guessed that. I'm being serious. So,
Thank you very much. And I said, thank you for
what? That's the whole point. So if we can get one point in that direction, or come buy a ticket, or do something, it all goes to the same pot.
Absolutely.
Gate City Blue Devils.
That's right. That's the reason I'm excited about this Kim thing. There really ain't nothing over there. Unless you play football or baseball or volleyball or softball or something, you're not a sports person, then
Just fall through the cracks.
there's nowhere for the kids to go. So
That's good.
we're gonna try to keep it going, keep it floating. We done like a little test run over there during the school year, and just in Shoemaker Elementary alone, we had like 9 kids signed up. So that's only one elementary school. There's like 7 over there. So I'm looking for a big turnout.
How many of those kids over there come from
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, One call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
Back live with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are here again at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport on this Monday, May the 8th, 2017. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. used a strong Ford engine to blow past my man Kyle Busch in overtime at Talladega for his first ever NASCAR Cup victory yesterday. First victory for Roush Fenway Racing since Carl Edwards won back in Sonoma in 2014. Has been a long drought for Roush Fenway Racing. Stenhouse, who has led a resurgent Roush team, won in his 158th Cup start. You're talking about somebody who didn't give up and hasn't given up. You can't give up because, again, this guy, 158th start. You ever think along the way he kind of got discouraged? Of course he did. I mean, it's only natural you would. 158 starts and you've not won a race. He was greeted in victory lane first by car owner Jack Roush, then his girlfriend Danica Patrick, who was in street clothes because she'd wrecked out of the race earlier in the race. She was caught up in one of the big ones. In fact, the race was stopped for nearly 27 minutes because of an accident that saw A.J. Allmendinger's car flipped on its roof with 19 laps remaining in the race. The damage also is bad for Chase Elliott, who got turned by Allmendinger into the wall. Elliott was then hit by Joey Logano, and that contact caused Elliott's car to lift onto Logano's hood. You need to go back and watch the video. It's incredible. They're always worried about the big one, and the big one happened yesterday, of course. Much of the delay in racing was so workers could turn Allmendinger's car back to its wheels so Allmendinger could exit. NASCAR listed 18 cars as sustaining damage in that accident, and so, again, you take a look at yesterday. It goes as follows, the top 10 from yesterday. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Jamie McMurray, Kyle Busch, Eric Amarola. Amarola had a big weekend. He won the Xfinity Series race on Saturday, finishing 4th in the Cup race yesterday. Casey Kane, a solid finish, finishing 5th. Then comes Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski, Jimmy Johnson, Paul Menard, and David Reagan, rounding out the top 10 from yesterday. Guys who did not have a good day. You had Ryan Blaney caught up in an accident, finishing 39th. Danica Patrick 38th. Trevor Bayne 37th. So, excuse me, those folks did not have a good day yesterday. Martin Truex Jr. 35th. Austin Dillon 36th. Joey Logano 32nd. A.J. Allmendinger, as we told you in that wreck where he flipped upside down, finishing 31st. And so your top 10, Stenhouse Jr., Jamie McMurray, Kyle Busch, Eric Amarola, Casey Kane, Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski, Jimmy Johnson, Paul Menard, and David Reagan finishing in the top 10. Points as they head off to Kansas looks like this. Kyle Larson, again, leading. He has 428 points right now. Martin Truex Jr. in second place with 374. Keselowski with 367. Then comes Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Jamie McMurray. Currently 7th in points, Kevin Harvick. 8th in points, Jimmy Johnson. 9th is Clint Boyer. And rounding out the top 10 in points is Kyle Busch. So that is what's going on in the NASCAR scene. Again, they head off to, as we said, Kansas Speedway this weekend. It is a doubleheader. The Xfinity Series is off, but the trucks get back on the track. They've only been on the track, 2 or 3 times so far this season. So the Camping World Truck Series picks back up on the Saturday racing at Kansas Speedway. We'll have more to say about that coming up later on in the show. Tom Taylor Sports Show, we thank you for being with us. We're live again at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. Coming up top of the hour, David Strickland joins us to give us a preview of the boys soccer tournament here in the Tri-Cities. Science Hill, Dobbins Minute, those folks will find out all about that from the Science Hill coach, David Strickland, coming up here in a few minutes. Also, we got baseball later on today, 3:15 first pitch. It'll be the Elizabethton Cyclones and the Sullivan East Patriots. Winner moves on to Wednesday. Loser comes back and plays in the losers bracket game tomorrow. So big ball game today. Brody Adams on the hill for, it looks like McGrew's going to go for Sullivan East, and Brody Adams will be on the hill for the Elizabethton Cyclones. Are now 15-9 on the season for head coach Ryan Presnell, and so we'll be there again tomorrow, or I should say today, for the ball game. Hope we won't be there tomorrow. Hope we'll be back on Wednesday, but we'll have a game for you coming up as promised today at 3:30 from J. Fred Johnson Stadium in Kingsport. Brody Adams and the Cyclones taking on the Sullivan East Patriots of Coach Mike Brenninger. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live on the road again. We are having a big time. We're here at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. One of the great sponsors making this go. Got to give a big shout out to the good folks again at Food City. We'll be at a Food City near you coming up this Friday. Here are some of the specials this week at your local Food City. Mother's Day coming up. Mom would love to have a hanging basket, some knockout roses, tropical plants. How about a mandevilla or hibiscus? They've got them in stock at all your local Food Cities. And so you have the knockout roses, a 3-gallon pot for $19.99, which are, saw them yesterday at the Food City I was shopping at. Look very, very nice. The blooms are full and they're just well taken care of. That'd be a great gift to give to Mom. Plant a rose in her honor or her memory, a knockout rose. Hanging baskets for $10.99 at your all your Food Cities rather. Tropical plants, 10-inch for $10.99. The hibiscus or mandevilla again are $16.99 a piece. And all this again at the floral department, your local Food City, over 120 some stores in 4 states, and so they all have these, and they've been selling a lot of these, as a matter of fact, over the weekend, this past weekend, even more so now, heading into Mother's Day, coming up, of course, this coming Sunday. Out of the produce department, tropical mangoes, 99 cents each. Fresh limes, 3 for $1. Fresh Bartlett pears, $1.49 a pound. Seedless mandarin oranges, 3-pound bag for $4.99. That's out of the produce department. Out of the seafood department, fresh flounder fillets, $6.99. Tilapia loins, $4.99. A cooked shrimp, $8.99 a pound. And right now, inside all Food Cities at the Bakery Deli, they have in select stores the patty melt combo. It is a 6-inch patty melt, including fries or chips and drink, for $5. You couldn't make it for that. You couldn't even buy the meat practically for $5. And of course, the patty melt combo, fries, chips, and a drink, and the patty melt combo 6-inch sandwich for $5. Again, at selected stores across the Food City chain. So those are some of the specials going on right now at your local Food City. One of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And that's exactly where we are and what we're doing again on this Monday, May the 8th, 2017. Let's take a look at Major League Baseball before we take a break and hear from Coach Strickland. Major League Baseball from yesterday goes as follows. It is Toronto was defeating Tampa Bay 2-1. Baltimore shuts out the White Sox 4-0. Boston all over Minnesota 17-6 the final there. It was Cleveland defeating Kansas City 1-0. Houston beat the Angels 5-3. Oakland over Detroit 8-6. Seattle defeated Texas 4-3. And at 18 last night, 18 innings, the Yankees finally beat the Cubs and swept the Cubs in Wrigley. Final score was 5-4. In the National League from yesterday, Dodgers and San Diego postponed. Miami beat the Mets 7-0. Milwaukee over Pittsburgh 6-2. Cardinals beat the Braves in 14 6-4. In 10 innings, the Phillies beat Washington 6-5. Colorado 5, Arizona 2. Reds swept San Francisco, beat San Francisco Final there was 4-0. As we told you, the Cubs losing to the Yankees, getting swept at 5-4 at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Starting this week, let's see how the standings go. The Yankees, again, leading Baltimore by half a game in the East. You have Cleveland with a 1.5 lead over the Minnesota Twins in the Central Division. In the American League West, Houston 5.5 better than the Los Angeles Angels. In the National League, the standings look like this. Washington 6.5 better than New York in the East. In the Central, Cincinnati and the Cubbies. The Reds have a full game lead right now on Cincinnati, or on the Cubs rather. The Cardinals have moved up into second place. They're a half game out. In the West, Colorado a 1.5 better than Arizona in Major League Baseball. Schedule for today. First off in the National League, everything under the lights. Washington at Baltimore. The Yankees, after sweeping the Cubs, roll into Cincinnati for a 2-game set, including first pitch at 7:10 tonight. The Reds and the Yankees from Cincinnati. San Francisco and the Mets will hook up beginning tonight. Cardinals in Miami. The Cubs will be in Colorado to battle the Rockies. It's the Pirates in L.A. to battle the Dodgers. And Texas will play at San Diego. That's a look at Major League Baseball here on this Monday, May the 8th, 2017. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at high school soccer on the local scene. We'll hear from head coach David Strickland from the Science Hill boys soccer team. He joins us next. Show number 513 from the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. You're watching and listening to the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE master technicians here. With the ratio, it goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop, so it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
We're back live again talking to Coach David Strickland from the Science Hill boys soccer team and also the Tri-City Otters here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show number 513. We're live again at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. We'll talk more about them and their big event coming up on Saturday evening at Meadowview. Let's go to the phone, Coach. First off, thanks for your time, and let's talk about the Tri-Cities Otters, the professional soccer team. What's the very latest with them?
Well, today was our first morning of preseason training. So we've got about 65% of the team in right now. The rest will come in as the week progresses. But had a good training session this morning. It's very heavy right now with all the fitness we do, but it's exciting. It's exciting. We look pretty sharp to start out with.
Yeah. So when you say conditioning, preseason workout, a lot of running. Well, I mean, what all is involved? Just getting you in shape to be able to go up and down the field for long periods of time.
True. It's what we search for is called match fitness. And that's where your fitness level can meet the demands of a 90-minute game. So there's a lot of short fitness things that are involved in some distance, but in this game there's a lot of sprints, a lot of back and forth type running. So that's how we prepare to get players ready.
We're talking to Coach David Strickland of the Tri-Cities Otters. Again, he is on the phone with us, obviously, and we're here at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. So practice started today, preseason conditioning. When's the first game? Kind of give us an overview of how close we are to Otter soccer.
Our season opens on the 23rd with our first regular season game. We play our first three matches away. We have 3 preseason games coming up, one on the 10th that's here at home. Then we play again on the 14th away in Knoxville, and then over in Asheville, they have a new team that we go over and play them on the 17th of May. So it's coming quick.
Absolutely, it's coming quick. So, in fact, you're going to be on the show coming up week after next. That'll be the day that the Otters travel to Asheville to take on that new team in Asheville, North Carolina. So, a lot of good things happening. For folks who may not know the Tri-City Otters geographically, you've got players coming in from all over the country and to be a part of this team this year. Is that correct?
That's correct. We do have a complement of players that are local, and local we consider within 60 miles. But we have players coming from New York, Texas, Nebraska, California, Florida, Georgia, from all over.
We're talking to David Strickland, again, the boys' head soccer coach at Science Hill, and also the coach of the Tri-City Otters. So we'll park the Otters for now. We'll get back with him talking week after next about the Otters. Coaches Talk Soccer, AAA District Tournament starts tonight. You got Volunteer at Dobbins Bennett, Sullivan Central at Daniel Boone, Crockett at Tennessee High. The Hilltoppers, the number 1 team in the boys' soccer regular season. So you will sit out tonight and kind of await the winners. So give me an overview right now of the soccer tournament that cranks up tonight.
Well, everyone playing that first round game, there's a potential for could be a couple upsets. So it'll be exciting to see who shows up, because we host at Science Hill on Tuesday the semifinals and then the finals on Thursday. So it should be interesting. I mean, of course, Dobbins Bennett is a good team, so they'll be one of the favorites to be there on Tuesday night and to be there on Thursday night.
So this is single elimination. Tonight's losers are done. Is that correct?
Tonight and tomorrow night, losers are done.
Wow.
The season's over.
So every kick, every move, everything is pressure-packed because there ain't no tomorrow, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so let's talk about the team, the Science Hill boys soccer team. Tell me some kids that have performed well for you so far this year.
You know, I'm loaded with seniors this year. I have 9 seniors, and we've got players that have done very well. Our Scott Lick, Elliott Fry, our goalkeeper Grant Watson has just been phenomenal. Chris Cahoon, one of our center backs, has done very, very well. We have a striker up top that scored 9 goals. Rob McDermott, he's done a very, very good job. So we've had some really good players. We had a new player that transferred in, moved here from Connecticut, named Junior Danzo, that's given us some great minutes. It was a blessing of an addition that this player shows up that is of his quality. That came out of nowhere, so that's been a great addition this year.
We're talking to David Strickland. So step us through the ultimate goals to get down to the state tournament and win it, not just get there, but to win it. So who, and I know the district's going to be very tough, and the regional, so tell me who lies between Johnson City and the state championship. Who's down the line that can be a very, very good opponent?
Well, you've got, in the Knoxville area, you've got Bearden, Farragut, Oak Ridge, and Maryville. Those four are always heavy, heavy teams. So how that sorts out in the area, because two of them will fall out. They have to. Only two will rise to the surface. So getting through that section will be the real first challenge. And then the second challenge, as you get into the final 8, then it's kind of luck of the draw. Memphis has a couple of good teams this year going on, and there's a couple of teams in Nashville that are doing very well. So, it should be interesting to see how they come out of their groups. Do they make it to the final 8? That's the key, who makes it in the final 8. And then it's kind of the luck of your draw, who you draw in that first round.
So do you change your strategy? Again, we're talking to Coach Strickland, the Science Hill boys soccer coach. You change your strategy any at all in the postseason compared to regular season, or it's status quo, or do you make some changes along the way?
Well, the strategy would be, training-wise, there's a difference in our training habits at this point, based on we're deep in this season. We want to keep people fit. We don't want to overtrain them so they fatigue out. So that kind of preparation goes on in games that, where we might be the dominant team. We rest a lot of our top players and play a lot of our younger guys that are future, very strong players, and they give us great, great minutes.
And that's the name of the game, to spread the wealth around and, again, be there for the long haul, right?
That's correct. We want to be healthy, which, knock on wood, we've been lucky. Lack of injuries, and I think part of that's the new strength training program that's been implemented at Science Hill. We have a full-time strength trainer that has done wonders to our program to lessen injuries, increase explosiveness, and to increase strength. It has done unbelievable wonders to our athletes.
So who gets the credit for that? Who's the new strength director? Let's give them some props.
His name's Jackson Rudy, and he's a graduate of ETSU Sports Science program, which we all know that's one of the tops in the country. And we were fortunate to have him as an intern. And when he graduated, at that time, Stacy Carter, the head football coach, and I had been using interns in our programs. And Stacy came to me and said, "You know what? We need to move forward." So he got with Keith Turner, who was 100% on board, and they got this position created. And so now all of our sports programs have Coach Rudy, Jackson Rudy, developing personalized strength training programs for all our athletic programs. So we're seeing great results out of it. It's a fantastic move.
Again, we're talking to David Strickland, the head soccer coach, the boys soccer coach at Science Hill. Coach, I know you're busy. Appreciate your time, and we'll check in with you a little next week and find out more about the high school soccer scene a week from now, and also see what's going on with the Otters. They get ready to go to Asheville next Wednesday, so we'll see you next Wednesday at Chick-fil-A, all right?
Sounds good. We always love your show. Listen all the time. Thank you.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that very much. He's a good guy. Again, the boys soccer coach at Science Hill, David Strickland. Coach Strickland, thank you, my friend. Very kind what you said, and we think it's a pretty good show, too. So, but it's nice to hear from other folks, and that's the name of the game. That's what we try to do, and we try and make it happen the best we can here every day. Show number 513 here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Soccer today, Volunteer Dobbins Minute, Sullivan Central, Daniel Boone. Crockett will be in Bristol to play Tennessee High. As we told you, losers will be eliminated and winners move on. Science Hill will play, as we said, tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, taking on the Central Boone winners. So, again, somebody's going to have their bubble burst and get sent home today. So every game is important in the soccer postseason play starting today. Speaking of big games, let's run back through what happened yesterday in the baseball and softball tournaments here locally. In the baseball, Dobbins Minute defeats Crockett in 6 innings, 13-3. Tennessee High defeats Science Hill in an upset, 9-2. In the District 2 AAA tournament, Morristown West beat Morristown East 7-2. Jeff County over Sevier County 12-2, and South Doyle all over Cherokee, a football score 23-13. Not much defense or pitching in that one. What is that? 36 runs between the two teams. So South Doyle and Cherokee 23-13 the final. And that one in the District 2 AAA baseball tournament being held at Seymour High School. In the AA tournament from yesterday, our game right here on these Facebook airwaves, for lack of a better term, Elizabethton gets her 15th win of the season. Garrett Hartley struck out 9, scattered 5 hits, and had a heck of an outing. Elizabethton beat Happy Valley 10-1 in 6 innings. Sullivan East defeats the Slaughter Rule Johnson County 10-0 in 5 innings, and then Sullivan South beats Sullivan North 10-0 in 5 innings. So here's your AAA tournament going on today. Dobbins Minute at 22-11 will take on Tennessee High at 21-6. That's the number 1 seed DB, the number 3 seed Tennessee High. They'll play that at 5 o'clock today at Daniel Boone High School. And the nightcap, Crockett, the number 5 seed at 15-16, and Science Hill, the number 2 seed at 24-10. We'll play at 7:30 tonight. That loser, that one will go home in the double elimination game. That's coming out, of course, out of the losers bracket. In the AA tournament today, of course, our game will come first. Number 2 Elizabethton seeded Cyclones at 15-9 will take on the number 3 seed Sullivan East at 16-10. Loser will play tomorrow night. Winner gets a day off until Wednesday. Also tonight, number 4 Sullivan South at 13-8 will take on the number 1 seed Unicoi County 18-13. They'll play that one at 6 o'clock at J. Fred Johnson Stadium. And then tonight also in the second game, you have Sullivan South, Unicoi County at 6 o'clock. South, the 4 seed at 13-8. Unicoi County, the number 1 seed at 18-13. Again, they'll play that one at 6. And then at 8:30, the number 6 seeded Johnson County Longhorns at 5-13, taking on the number 7 seeded Happy Valley Warriors at 7-18. That's an 8:30 first pitch tonight. All 3 of those at J. Fred Johnson Stadium in Kingsport. We'll go on air with ours broadcast about 3:20 thereabouts. First pitch at 3:30 this afternoon. Elizabethton and Sullivan East. They've split during the regular season. Elizabethton winning in Elizabethton and Sullivan East winning in Bluff City. Not Piney Flats, but in the Bluff City area. Single A tournament today. You have University High taking on Unaka at 5 o'clock, and North Green battles Hampton at 7:30. Those games being played at Crockett High School in Jonesboro in the 1A tournament. In softball, see what happened yesterday in softball. Dobbins Minute beat Volunteer in AAA 2-0 in District 1. In District 2, Cherokee's Ladies blank Seymour 1-0. Jefferson County's Lady Patriots beat South Doyle 8-3. Today, District 1 tournament up the street here in Highland Park in Kingsport. Number 1 seeded Daniel Boone at 31-5 takes on the number 3 seed Dobbins Minute at 17-16. They'll play that one at 5:30 tonight. Then in game number 2, it'll be Crockett, the Lady Pioneers at 19-18, taking on Sullivan Central at 23-18. That's a 7:30 first pitch in girls softball up the street here at Indian Highland Park in Kingsport. In the District 1 AA tournament at Lady Devils Diamond and Irwin, you have Happy Valley taking on Johnson County at 5 o'clock. You have Sullivan South and Unicoi County at 8:30, and then the Lady Cyclones of Coach Harden and the Sullivan East Lady Patriots will square off. That'll be an 8 o'clock first pitch tonight in girls high school softball tournament play. And so Elizabethton takes on Sullivan East at 8 o'clock tonight. We mentioned the soccer for you, and so we're caught up to date what's going on in high school sports. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll check in with the Gator Man, see what's on his mind. Got the quiz show coming up. Bottom of the hour, Greg Taylor joins us. We're live. In fact, as I mentioned his name, he walks through the door. From the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport, we'll be right back after this. Show number 513 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of their patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear, such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back live with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Yeah, we're just talking, batting my gums, as they say, and so he is here. We want to get him on the show. You see on the camera, Boys and Girls Club board member Greg Taylor, also one of our great sponsors, Center Street Wealth Management Group, again, Wells Fargo. I want to give my daily pitch. The hair is being grown for a reason. It's called Pantene's Beautiful Lengths, and so once it reaches the appropriate length, which is almost there, we'll cut it off, and we're going to, again, donate it to Pantene Beautiful Lengths, because they give wigs for free to cancer patients, ladies in particular going through radiation or chemo, and so they'll take my hair and weave it in, not just mine, with others, obviously, to make a beautiful, high-quality wig by Pantene, BeautifulLinks.com. Again, this goes to a woman affected by hair loss from cancer, be it either, as we said, through radiation or chemotherapy or both. So we always want to give a shout out for that, because that's why we're doing it. And so we'll whack it off and we'll start over and redo it, because it's pretty cool. As I've told you, I've lost a mother and a father and a stepmother to cancer, so it's my small way of giving back. So anyway, PanteneBeautifulLinks.com. It's the hair product company, Pantene, PanteneBeautifulLinks.com. Check it out. Get involved. Maybe you'll grow your hair and help some folks who are going through some tough time, because I've read and heard testimonials, in particular, ladies have lost their hair because of this treatment, very self-conscious. I totally get that. So they put on a wig, and so we're going to help them do that. So if you get a chance, check it out, PanteneBeautifulLinks.com. This guy, check him out, because he is a dear friend of mine, a board member here, the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. He's been on the board in different capacities for how many years?
Probably since around 2001.
Yep. You're talking 15, 16 years. By the way, Mrs. Taylor's having a birthday today, I just noticed.
Yes, sir. She is. 29.
This is a smart man right here. Yes, Mrs. Taylor is 29 today. Happy birthday to Dina Taylor. I'm not going to sing to you unless you want to do a two-part harmony.
No,
we're not. He says, no, I'm okay with it. So he said,
I know I can sing, but I've heard you. No.
There you go. So anyway, Mrs. Taylor, she's a jewel. She's a birthday girl today. The tender old age of 29. We'll leave it at that. So happy birthday to her. All right, Boys and Girls Club board member Greg Taylor's here with us. We're live at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. Kim came by earlier and talked about all the really cool things. I guess what I zeroed in on was role models and mentors. These kids, some of these kids don't have that. They're coming from some tough situations, and some are coming from okay situations and still need role models and mentors. And this is a chance for the Boys and Girls Club to jump in there and kind of fill that gap and fill that plug, or plug that hole rather, and to be a role model or a mentor for these kids, right?
Absolutely. I've seen it time and time again. Kids just need some direction, need somebody that they can look up to, somebody who will hold them accountable, who will help them. Just that maybe they've not had that person in their life before, and the difference it can make for that child is incredible. And if you impact only one in a year's time, that's amazing. And that's a life that's been changed. But and you heard Lisa earlier this morning talking about how many people they're serving, so there's more than one being assisted, and it's a safe place, and lots of opportunities for helping education wise, but not just currently, but just planting that seed for the future, so that these kids know that there's hope for the future.
Here's the mission statement on the wall. So I got the glasses on: to inspire and enable all young people, especially those that need us most, to realize their potential as productive, responsible, and caring citizens.
Yep.
And that's the name of the game. And they do it well. Over 2,300 kids they serve here. They're getting ready to operate some satellite campuses that Kim talked about earlier in the show, in particular in Scott County. Here is the event we've been talking about. Now, the tickets for the Boxster are gone. Lisa told us earlier in the show, this is the 11th year that Rick Hill Imports has stepped up and donated a car. That's phenomenal.
Yes. Now we pay a certain cost for the car, and basically at their cost, and without that it would be not as feasible for us to be able to do that. So to be able to sell these tickets and make some money for the club, because it takes a lot to run the club, and I don't know if Lisa talked specifically about not only are we just serving kids in these capacities you talked about, but also feeding kids, and that there's a lot of money involved in that. So constantly looking for ways to raise money for the club. So and you mentioned I'm on the board, but actually that we have two boards here. I'm on the foundation board, so we're looking for new ways to raise money for the club for the all the different programs. To be able to start the club in Scott County, we had to go out and find new avenues of monies coming in, because obviously that's going to take a lot of money for the startup. So we needed to go in there and get a commitment from the community, and it's been fantastic. I mean, the community is excited about it. They're ready to step in. So those things are out there, but it's constantly have to find ways to bring money in to continue the operation. So saying all that to say, this is a perfect avenue for people to be able to help and to come in, and they've done an outstanding job. Ann Beckelman has put together, leads this, and of course the board. But Ann works on this and has come up with a lot of these ideas, like the walking through the streets of Rome. That's a neat concept. It's not something that, it's not your everyday fundraiser to go and sit and listen to speakers and make donations and whatever. This is an opportunity to go and have fun, socialize, have fellowship with other people, and raise money in a creative way to help these kids and to be able to continue these programs here at the club.
Yeah, Kim was in there a few minutes ago and said the trial balloon they did over at Shoemaker Elementary in Scott County, I think she said over 80 or over 90. Either one's very impressive. Over 80 kids signed up, so it's going to hit the ground running. It's a phenomenal, and they need, as she said, she's from Scott County, and said not a whole lot going on over there for kids other than, if you're not in sports, and not everybody can play sports. So great opportunity, and so this is what you're going to be coming to on Saturday night. You're invited to join us in Rome, as they say. Now, rumor has it folks will be wearing some togas, so I'm not even going to ask what he's wearing. I'm not sure I want to know, or Mrs. Taylor, but you will be here, and he's got that look like just don't go there. So anyway,
just read. Just read the program, Thomas.
Read the program. It's a Roman holiday. Good friends, good food, a beautiful evening, feast on Italian cuisine. Shop the storefronts, as he mentioned. Experience the extraordinary delights, including the silent and live auction. We read some of those from a few minutes ago. Read them again. The Porsche drawing, again, that's already been pretty well decided. Those tickets are all gone. So all this comes up on Saturday evening from 6 to 9:30 at Meadowview Conference Resort and Convention Center here in Kingsport. Tickets are $100 each. Again, you can give them a call or go to the website as we told you. And the website is kbgc.org. There you go. He already knew that.
kbgc.org.
.org. There you go. So that's where you can go to order these tickets. And again, pull this money back out of the system. If you didn't have this money, we're going to be raising through the car and all these different ways, including the night coming up on Saturday at Meadowview. Some of the programs you currently have, I mean, it takes money to run them. So
absolutely,
if you take that vacuum, pull that money out, then there'll be less opportunities for these kids, right?
We're privileged to have a wonderful United Way in our area, and we, without them, it would be nearly impossible to bring some of these services to the kids. So we always want to say thank you to the United Way of Greater Kingsport, and then also, as you and I were talking the other day, over at Max Medicine Mart, that Speedway Children's Charities, we've gotten grants through there. Anna's constantly busy looking for grants, other things that we can do to get money, but this program on Saturday night is one of the biggest fundraisers we have, so it's very important between that and the Porsche tickets. So very key. So we'd really like to have more people come out to that and be there. And we've got this great event, lots of entertainment, lots of fun times. So if you're going to get out and do something on Saturday night, or if you don't already have plans, then be sure and do that. Go online and buy the tickets, or call 423-230-4160 and get in there. It's a great way to help the club.
Let's talk a little sports for just a second. He's a big NASCAR guy. He was up at the track for the Food City 500, and that weekend, of course, a lot of rain. But what was your take on the happenings at Bristol Motor Speedway? I thought, of course, everybody's going to say, well, you're paid to say this because you're the track announcer, and I'm not. But I thought the racing, once they got on track and got after it, you had 7 or 8 guys at Bristol could have won that race. Of course, Jimmy Johnson brought home the checkers. But I thought, I don't know why I asked him what he thought, and I answered, but I thought it was pretty good racing. What do you think?
Yes, sir. Like we talked about, it's probably some of the best racing in the last 10 years. And and there's I was a little leery when they changed from the asphalt to the concrete, but they've tweaked it and they've done some things to keep it racy, and and putting the compound down on the lower groove to make sure that you can get down there and stick. That helped, and but interestingly, some of the faster times that they were running up higher, but at least there was that extra groove, so you can get around people without having to tap them and get them out of the way. And so it was pretty racy. Enjoyed the race, and wish it had been better weather so more people could have enjoyed it, but the crowds will be there, I'm sure, for the fall race in August, definitely.
Yep, because guess who's not coming back after this year? That would be a guy by the name of Earnhardt Jr.
Yep.
Tickets again at 1-866-415-4158. You can go to bristoltix.com or 423 Bristol. Any of those tickets starting for the weekend at $94. Again, the truck race on Wednesday the 16th, kids 12 and under get in free. The Food City 300, the Xfinity Series race that Junior's going to be in on Friday night on the 18th, kids get in free. And then the big race, the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race, and as I've told you for the last couple of weeks, once he announced he's leaving the sport after this year, phone's been ringing off the hook at Bristol because this is his hoorah in the Cup Series at Bristol Motor Speedway. And again, I've said for the last couple of weeks, it's Bristol, baby. It was coined by Dale Earnhardt Jr. He loves the track. He has said many, many times in interviews when he was little, when they got the schedule for the new year, he always circled and always wanted to come to Bristol with his daddy to watch the racing. So this is a big deal to him. And so they're going to be paying a big tribute to Dale Jr. before the race. And so that's going to be very special. You want to come watch that for sure. And then, of course, the racing on the track. So it all gets started, as we told you, by simply calling 423 Bristol or go on the web at bristoltix.com. Or here's another number, 1-866-415-4158. So those are the ways to get it. But again, the kids get in free. You can't beat that, 12 and under. And only a $10 ticket for the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race. So, I mean, you just can't beat it. There's not anywhere for a $10 bill the entertainment value you're going to get for watching, taking a little person up there. You would know this firsthand with your girls, to bring them up there and watch the greatest drivers in the world tackle, in my humble opinion, the best track in NASCAR. So can't go wrong with it, folks. $10 ticket, kids 12 and under. And on Saturday up there in the spring, and also, the rain got us on Sunday, but even Monday, I guess some of the kids didn't go to school, but I saw a lot of little people up there 12 and under, which I thought was a good sign going forward. NASCAR has to go get that young fan and get them into the fold, and it looks like they've started to do that.
Absolutely, and you're right, and we've done that. We've taken our kids up there, and they love to be around the sport. Some of the kids, like it, some don't, but that's fine. You plant the seeds, and I think they've done a great job, and kudos to them for making that a focus, so that they can get those fans, and also just to give kids an opportunity to go that might not otherwise be able to, so that's a great price. So it's good to see them do that, and did see some up there, on that Monday, so that was good.
Dr. Greg Taylor again, Boys and Girls Club Foundation board member. We're live here at the club for a few more minutes, and we're going to skedaddle out of here. It's been a fast 2 hours. We're down to the last 20 minutes of the show. He's a big sports guy, so NASCAR. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. gets his first win ever yesterday. And you've had Keselowski and Jimmy Johnson and Kurt Busch. You've had a lot of different guys winning. All right, is that good for the sport? You need more consistent people, same guys winning over and over, or is it good to spread it around and let different people win as far as getting fans interested in coming to the tracks?
Well, I think it's good to see some different names. I really do. And that was, one of the topics we talked about last week was, we need to get some personalities involved and to get people really fired up about being at the track and get some of these rivalries going and whatever. And and immediately your guy after the race evidently yesterday made a little controversial statement, and so that's the kind of thing, like somebody that doesn't like him on the track is going to get them fired up, and so, and that's fine. So that's, it gets the talking back and forth going. You need that between the drivers. You need it between the different car manufacturers, the Chevys, the Fords, all that. You need to get all this stuff going, and that gets people's interest, gets it sparked, gets people out there and gets them talking, and need to get more of that on a weekly basis.
Well, my guy he's referring to, of course, my guy would be Kyle Busch, and so 2 weeks ago at Richmond, Joey Logano snookered him, and he pulled one over on him, and he refused a post-race interview. In fact, when they walked up to me and said, what's your comments, he said balls and strikes, went on down, kept on walking. So yesterday, he says, after he got beat by Stenhouse in that shootout of the final lap in overtime, he says, this week we're going to a, quote, real racetrack. So I'm sure the folks at Talladega will play that one good and thank him for that little shot across the bow. Of course, the Kansas folks are loving him for it. I don't know what he meant by it, except, here's the thing. I'm not going to condone what he says or any of these guys, but, and I'm in the media, so I've seen it happen time and time again, there is no cooling down period. You go up and stick a camera in a guy's face or a lady's face right after going through a wreck or 500 laps, and you get disappointed because you don't win or whatever. Well, there's no telling what you're going to hear, and that's part of the neatness. Is like, gosh, what are they going to say? What they're going to be controversial. But in their defense, if you just came off of you took a bad phone call at work or had something go down wrong, and somebody come and go, what do you think? Well, and I know they get paid big bucks to react to that, so I'm not condoning what Kyle Busch says or doesn't say, but I just know that it's a lot easier when you're on the other side of the microphone, sticking one in their face and expecting to get and let's face it, they stick a microphone in their face right after the race because they want to have him say something off the wall, like he said yesterday, that we're going to Kansas at a real racetrack. But, it's I don't know of any other sport. In baseball, they have a cooling down period before you get in the locker room. NFL, sometimes you catch them going off the field, but most of the time, it's a chance to go into the locker room and sit down and kind of collect yourself. In the NBA as well. NASCAR, right after the race, baby, there's a microphone stuck in your face, and you just never know. So some like that, some don't, and so I can see, He's ever going. You're just taking up for Kyle Busch.
Yeah, I'm just, and I'm not saying right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just saying, it's actually good for what we're talking about, because it stirs the pot.
We're talking about him.
Yeah, exactly.
But
and it somebody sees that, and so then they start up a conversation in the office or whatever, and so then somebody's going to sit down and watch the race next week that maybe wouldn't have. So
there you go.
That's what they're after, and whether you like him, don't like him, whatever, that's what you need, is some more personalities that are going to speak up or whatever.
There you go.
So it's a little rowdy.
He doesn't like him. And
you and Alicia are what? You have you're the sole members of the fan club here in the Tri-Cities.
That'd be Alicia Phelps, head of NETA, Northeast Tennessee Tourism Association. Yeah, we both like Kyle, and there's not many of us out there, I can tell you that.
But at least from the sounds of it at Bristol,
Yeah, he gets booed every time. And was it last year or 2 years ago? He grabbed the microphone in driver's intros, and they booed him. He says, "Why can't we be friends?" And they about booed him out of the place. But he can drive a race car.
He can.
Yeah.
Yep.
He needs to temper his. I've heard him call him crybaby and everything else, but we're talking about him here on Monday afternoon. We're not talking about anybody else. So that tells you, that's what they want, and that's what NASCAR wants, is that we're talking about NASCAR on a Monday afternoon, heading off to Kansas Speedway. Talking to Greg Taylor, again, the big event coming up on Saturday. Other sports news, gosh, what else going on out there you want to talk about? Anything out there's NFL draft? Say, who's your team?
Well, not real big on the NFL, but there's been some the girls are big fans of the Saints, and so we followed them the last few years, and they've had some movement there. They got some running back. They got Adrian Peterson coming in from Minnesota, and then we picked up our running back from the University of Tennessee who'll be going over there, and so they're going to have some horses in the backfield to complement running backs they already have there. So they could be tough to deal with, mate. You're going to have some more firepower there in the backfield.
When you go, they train in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, at the Greenbrier. So when you go there, because you've been up there to the training camp, we're talking about the New Orleans Saints. They train in West Virginia. They have good taste, because that's almost heaven, West Virginia. That's where I'm from, and that's enough said about that. But are they accessible?
Yes.
I mean, like NASCAR, you come to the Food City Race Night, you get a chance to see these guys and press the flesh. At an NFL training camp, are they pretty accessible to the fans?
Well, I can't speak for any others, but that one is extremely accessible. As far as, it's obviously controlled, but when we've gone there, you go up there and they're on a field, and it's just like you're, at one of the local high schools, and you can go right up to they've got a temporary fence set up, and you just walk up there. You can stand right there and watch, and then typically at the end they blow a horn or whatever, and they'll have a select group of players come over there. Most of the stars, the quarterbacks, the wide receivers, running backs, and a few of the linemen are here and there, and they'll just come and stand down along that fence. You can just go up to where each one of them are standing and get autographs, and then a lot of times we've stayed kind of hung around a little bit, and so after the crowd's kind of dissipated and players come back out, and so we've the girls have been able to get autographs of from a lot of the stars and the coaches and everything, so it's pretty neat. Yep.
Well, you think of the Saints, or at least I think of Drew Brees. So is this guy accessible?
Yeah, we probably, that's who I guess initially got them interested in the Saints, and every time we've gone, they've been able to go up and talk to him, get pictures and everything, and Rain can name all of his kids, and whatever and so she's actually gotten to see them and everything too there at the Greenbrier. All of his family was there the last time we went, which I guess was year before last. So it's pretty neat.
See, and this is what NASCAR needs to do. This is because his kids, young people, are all under the age of 18, but these kids get autographs and pictures and get to press the flesh, and then they become fans of the Saints and Drew Brees in particular, because he's reached out to them, and that's what NASCAR, in my humble opinion, is not doing. I go back to the weekend of racing at Bristol. All we talked about up there on Monday was Chris Buescher, a young man who got in his truck when the backside of the campground speedway was flooding because of all the rain. He actually got in a pickup truck. I don't think it was his, but a pickup truck, and went around and helped people get their stuff up out of the water and move it up to higher ground. Okay, That's all we heard up there this weekend, because that weekend it was a good thing. But where was all these other guys that could have, done it and they didn't? And that's just showing, that's just reaching out and pressing the flesh, as they say, and being nice. And I think a lot of them actually flew back to Charlotte and the Jets and didn't come back up till Monday morning or late Sunday night to race. So, but that's exactly what NASCAR needs to do, is that right there. And they, I hear from the drivers that we're in a fishbowl and, it's nonstop wanting a piece of us. And I'm thinking, okay, but when you signed up for this, you knew what was going to be happening, because that's what makes this sport. I go back to Richard Petty every time I get in this conversation. The guy will burn up a Sharpie. He'll dry one up. He'll sign everything. I mean, and I asked him up there one time at the track, I said, why do you do it? He said, up there, son. He said, up there's what made the sport. I'm not going to forget them, because they made me. He gets it. So anyway, NASCAR, that's what they need to do. They do the best they can at Food City Family Race Nights both times. The one in Bristol in August downtown is even better, because they're more accessible down there than they were sometimes in the spring Food City Race Night. So anyway, it's all good. And so the Saints are training. You're okay with the draft picks, and Camaro got drafted by the Saints. You got Adrian Peterson. If Peterson gets you 2 or 3, he can get you 5 or 10 carries a game. I mean, this guy's a load, one of the all-time greats in the history of the NFL rushing. If he can get you 8 or 10 carries a game and get you, a 3rd down and 2 or whatever, and hammer it and get you a 1st down, then he's going to be worth his money. And he's not the guy he once was, and his age and his knees have caught up with him. But in a spot situation, he could really help the Saints.
He could, and one of the keys there is the word you used earlier, was a mentor. He's get in there and help out Kamara, and and get him started off strong in the league, and maybe take somebody that most people might think is a long shot, and maybe watch him just tear it up in the NFL. So that could be interesting to watch as well. How about your Raiders? How'd they do in the draft?
The Raiders. They're coming, boys.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Kate does a good impression of you doing that.
The Raiders.
Yep, that's it. Sounds just like her.
They sound just like his daughter. They did all right. They and I was going to get into this. He and I think alike, although same last name. We're not kin, but we are brothers in Christ. But, Saturday night when I was on WLW in Cincinnati, a guy called in, posed a question, said, as an NFL management or any of these sports teams in the pros, do you take a chance on somebody who's had a checkered past? And the Raiders, case in point, went out and drafted their first guy, was the cornerback from Ohio State. He's got some off-field problems, and so the question was, do you? And I subscribe to, in this country, you're innocent until proven guilty. And so if you're in the middle of the legal system, you've not been found to be guilty yet, And then I also think you get a chance to get a second chance. We all, because of virtue of the fact he hung on the cross, we all get second chances. But in this day and time in life, everybody gets, I would think, not 3 or 4 or 5 chances, but a second chance. So question to you, if you're an NFL owner, is where I'm going with this. Do you take a chance on drafting somebody that, has some off-field or off-court problems? Do you stay away from them? Do you just go get the choir boys? And, of course, I've been told that the choir boys, that's all fine and good, but, the guys that have the talent, sometimes the guys that, not always, but sometimes those guys are the ones that are having problems. So you can go get choir boys and lose with them, or you go get these guys that got lots of talent and win with them. So it's kind of a fine line. Where do you fall in all that?
I think every case is different, and I think that if they from their professional perspective, if they've looked at the whole situation, looked at the background, everything, if they feel that this person deserves a second chance, or that there's issues that they're willing to accept, then that's their position, and they have to make that call. So I from a personal standpoint, I can't make that call, because I don't know all the details. But some others might not feel that way and just immediately say no, they shouldn't, or whatever. But as long as they're looking at it and doing the right thing, asking the right questions, then I don't have a problem with it.
Always the level-headed guy. Has been since the day I met him. Just always, and he's right. He is right. To make a blanket statement, no, we're not going to touch them, or we'll take anybody. It's a case by case. Depends on what you did. Depends on how remorseful you are. Depends on the other party, whatever that other party's, whatever's happened to them, how they react to it. So there's a lot of different variables. So to make a blanket statement is a little bit tough, but I hear this all the time. The state of sports is a reflection of society and vice versa. And the society from times appears to be out of control. But anyway, that's good food for thought and good chit chat on a Monday afternoon. One more time, plug it again. You're invited to join us in Rome coming up on Saturday night.
Yep.
Again, he's on the foundation board member here, so he has a vested interest to make sure these kids get everything they can get to be successful, serving over 2,300 kids now under the umbrella of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. So give us one more pitch about getting those tickets for Saturday night, my friend.
Well, join us at Meadowview Convention Center here in Kingsport. You can get your tickets online at kbgc.org. That's kbgc.org, or you can call 423-230-4160, and someone can help you with the tickets there. We'd really appreciate it. If for some reason that you can't attend on Saturday night, but you would still like to help the club, you can still go online, and there are ways to make donations there, or again, call the phone number and make a contribution. Greatly appreciated. Never take anything for granted, and appreciate all the help that our community can give to these kids.
There you go. Our buddy Greg Taylor, I know you get back to work. He does have a day job. Of course, he's one of our sponsors, Center Street Wealth Management Group. Again, Wells Fargo folks, so he does have a day job he needs to attend to, but he was gracious enough to come over here and slide into the seat and talk to us. And Tennessee football, or Buck football, you want to hit that real quick before you take off. Bucks and the Bucks and UT. UT just wrapped up, they both just wrapped up spring practice. They're now, I guess, in spring/summer workout programs. And so your take on Tennessee, got a new quarterback. The Bucks getting ready to go into a new stadium, so some good things going on both places.
Absolutely. So we got Dobbs going to Pittsburgh, and so there will be a new quarterback there in Knoxville. And of course, we had a transfer out after the spring training, and so we're down to 3 scholarship quarterbacks, which could get interesting. But I think there's some really good talent there, so I think that'll be a hot spot. Got some good receivers coming back, so I think there's some good things there. I know there's a lot of people that are negative right now on the program and on the coaching staff, but I just don't count them out, and be supportive of the program, and hopefully we'll see some change in the right direction, or to carry forward the change, because it's come a long way in the last few years. I think people forget that, and it's so I'm not going to be real critical. I'm going to say go Vols.
Yeah.
And then for our Bucks over in Johnson City, the stadium is coming along. It's been a few weeks since I've driven by there to check it out, but they were way ahead of schedule because the weather's been so great prior to the last couple of weeks. So it's coming along great. Ticket sales, I think, are going great. So if there's people interested in tickets, you need to get online and get those over there online, or just get over there. And then also been following basketball. I've signed a couple of JUCO players here in the last 2 weeks, and
just keep on talking.
Keep talking. All right, and so we've got 2 JUCO signees coming in, and don't remember their names off the top of my head, but man, coaching staff doing a great job over there, and bringing in some high quality players, and hopefully just keep this program going on a roll, and filling up Freedom Hall over there, and it's been exciting to watch the last 2 years, and filling that place up, and being extremely competitive in the Southern Conference, and being tournament champions, co-tournament champion, or the actual tournament champion, and then obviously we were blessed to be able to see them down in Orlando, and wish we'd had a different outcome, but Buck's doing well. So a good program's on the rise, and doing a lot of good things, and a lot of the other programs too, as far as tennis, and everybody over there having some conference championships, and also had some good signings there with the Lady Bucks as well.
In fact, speaking of that, the Buck golf team, again, getting ready to head off again at the NCAA tournament, the College Grove Regional. just outside of Nashville beginning May 15th, which would be a week from today, as a matter of fact. So,
yep.
Coach Fred Warren named the Coach of the Year in the Southern Conference, seeded 12th out of the 13 teams of the College Grove site. So, good chance for the Bucks to make some noise in the NCAA Regional Golf Tournament.
Yep, we've got local product there on the team as well. Cayman Ratliff from Sullivan South High School, and actually went to school with his dad. We were really good friends in high school, so it's been good to watch him play over there as well. So, the program's doing fantastic.
There you go. I know you get back to work. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Awesome.
you. Thank you very much for your support of Boys and Girls Club. We appreciate it.
Love it. Good kids. Good program. Again, over 2,300 kids, again, being shown some leadership skills and some role models and getting ready for that big old thing called life. And again, to realize their potential and to make productive, responsible, and caring citizens is the name of the game. Quick break. We'll check in with the Gator Man. Got the quiz show coming up next here before we run out of time. Again, coming up at 3:30, we've got Elizabeth and Cyclone baseball at J. Fred Johnson Stadium. The Cyclones in Sullivan East, and the winners bracket of the District 1 AA Three Rivers Conference baseball tournament. Brody Adams on the hill today for Coach Presnell and the Cyclones against Sullivan East, and we'll have that for you at 3:15 airtime, 3:30 first pitch, right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at FCA.org.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
We're back live with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, we thank, our buddy Greg Taylor for being here again. Love him to death. Great, great friend. So is this guy on the phone, my man from the Cherokee Barbershop, the Gator Man. Afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm just happy.
Okay. Happy. That would be Phil and the boys from Duck Dynasty. All right, let's just talk. I want to get in before we get into matters at hand. Duck Dynasty. If you watched the show, I assume you have.
I have, yes, sir.
Is it choreographed? Is it scripted or not? Folks say yes. I say no. I say they may. Well, what do you say?
I say this is what we want to happen, and y'all gonna make it happen.
That's what I think it is too.
I think they give them direction on what they want, but there's no way anybody could write that stuff.
No, there's no way you can script out Cy either, because he's
he's on
an island of his own, no question. So we're talking to the Gator Man.
He's a loose cannon.
Yes, he is. We're talking to the Gator Man, who's on an island of his own more times than not. He's out there with our buddy Cherokee Barbershop. Love him to death. Great guy. And so get out to that island and talk about this golf tournament coming up very soon in the month of June, my friend. What's going on?
Well, my island's about 3 foot underwater, but anyway, on Friday, June 16th, we're having a golf tournament to raise money for the scholarships for the National Football Foundation. We gave away $3,750 at our last banquet just last weekend, if I'm not mistaken. And it was last weekend. Man, time flies. And this is how we get the money. So the more people we get involved in this golf tournament, the more money we'll be able to give in scholarships. It's going to be at Crockett Ridge Golf Course in Kingsport there, right down from Sullivan Central High School a little bit. It's 4-man select shot. Shotgun start at $8, $60 per person, breakfast and lunch included. Can't beat it.
We're talking to our buddy Gator again, live with us from the Cherokee Barbershop, one of our great sponsors. Closed today, but again, a chance to raise money for these kids. And we were talking earlier here about the Boys and Girls Club, about role models and mentors. Same thing with your organization, looking for role models and mentors, and through the game of football, right?
Yes, sir. Football is more than just a game. It's the way that a lot of young men learn discipline and self-control, self-respect, teamwork. It's more than just a game.
So give me the particulars for the tournament. Shotgun start, captain's choice. Give me some of that, would you please?
Shotgun start. It starts at 8 o'clock Friday morning. It's June 16th. It's 4-man select shot, captain's choice. Breakfast and lunch is included. It's $60 per person. You got to be pre-registered for the door prizes, but you can pay the day of. But just call and let us know you're coming.
Yep.
And the person to call would be George Jordan at area code 423-612-3915.
A lot of great golf tournaments out there, but I'm partial to this one because it's really helping these kids, these scholarship athletes, and every little bit helps to put money in their pockets so they don't have to pay for it when they go to college. So the more money we generate, the more we can turn around and give away. So this is a chance to play. I've not been to this particular golf course. I understand it's very, very pretty. What's your take on the golf course?
Oh, it's a beautiful course. Trees, water, grass, beautiful.
Yeah, there you go. So that's coming up again. The date again is in June?
June 16th. It's on a Friday. And we'll be teeing it off at 8 o'clock in the morning, shotgun start.
There you go. We're talking to our buddy Gator from Cherokee Barbershop. All right, so we got the quiz show coming up today. What do we have? Oh, by the way, have you fluffed and folded today? Is that done?
I have fluffed and folded, but I haven't put away yet. They're still they're sitting in there ready to be put away.
Yeah. Your off days, you're busy on your off days you are on the days you're working, aren't you?
It seems like it. Yes, sir. I still got about three more hours to go before I can sit down.
There you go. All right, jump into the quiz show. Again, we'll see if we can get 5 correct. We did it about 2 weeks ago, finally got one right. So let's roll with it and see what we can do on the quiz show.
All right, this is Olympics.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, here we go.
Question number 1. Ben Johnson was the first Olympian to test positive for performance enhancement drugs.
True.
That is false.
Okay, well, we're not going to go any further today. It's been a really good visit, and so, all right, 0 for 1. All right, who was the first one?
Hans, I'm
Breaker.
watching this name, Hans Gunnar Lindjewall from Sweden in 1968.
All right, 0 for 1.
And 2012 was the first time that every country had women athletes, true or false?
2012 is the first time all countries had women athletes in the Olympics. 2012, I'd say that is false. It has been earlier than that.
It was true. That's the first year.
Okay, so I'm 0 for 2. All right. And why do I put myself through this every week? All right, here we go. Number 3.
Okay, the 5 rings used for the Olympic flag were first used in 1920.
The 5 rings on the Olympic flag were first used in 1920. True or false? How can I go wrong? I'll say true.
Hey, you got one.
Hey, 1 for 3. All right.
That's when you stop because you end on a good one.
Yeah, we can quit right now. You're exactly right. But we'll go on. I'm a big boy. I can do it. Let's go number 4.
Okay, the world record for pole vaulting is over 20 feet, but the Olympic record is only 19 feet, 9 1/4 inches. True or false?
That's true.
That is true.
Oh.
2 for 2. 2 and 2. 2 and 2.
2 for 4. Can I finish on top? Let's see. Here we go.
Okay. France has hosted the most Olympics with 5.
France has hosted the most Olympics with 5. That is false.
That is false. It's America, the U.S. of A. with 8.
That's it. I knew that one. Okay. Well, after being
3 and 2.
coming out of the whole 0 for 2, I finished pretty strong, so I'm proud of myself. So there you go. And that was totally a guessing game all the way through. Hey, the NFL draft, how did your Gators do? Gators do pretty good? Did they get a lot of guys drafted?
We did. Got a lot of guys drafted and got 2 or 3 signed free agency. So very happy about that.
Now, spring practice over the Gators, most places are done. Are they done as well? The orange-blue game gone and all that?
Yep, and we won.
Well, that's a good springboard.
That's a good thing about the orange and blue game. Everybody wins the orange and blue, or their team game.
Everybody wins the inter-practice game. You got it. So, all right, tell me about Cherokee Barbershop. Love him being our sponsor.
Well, first I will say this about our kicker, Eddie Panera. I don't know if you've heard about it, but he kicked an 81-yard field goal.
An 81-yard field goal?
81-yard field goal. There's a video of it on the internet.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yep.
81-yard field goal.
81-yard field goal. The ball was resting on the 29.
A 29-yard.
That's a long way.
On the other end of the field, kicks an 81-yard field goal. That's incredible. Okay. That's pretty impressive.
2 years ago, when he was being recruited, he kicked a 77-yard field goal, so he's just adding to his resume.
Wow. 81-yard field goal. That's hard for me to comprehend.
I can't even run that far in one running.
Amen, brother. Tell me about Cherokee Barbershop before we go. Tell me the good things about the barbershop. How many new customers do you got now?
I knew you were going to ask that, so I counted. I had 70 so far.
70 so far? You were just in May. That's
70
awesome.
so far.
What was the record last year? 112? 111? What did you have last year?
It was over 200, wasn't it? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking about. It was over 200 new customers, and you're off to 70 new ones
I think
this
it was
year.
203.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
I will say this, though. This was my best week ever as a barber last week. I had the most customers. I had 9 new customers last week.
Wow. That's awesome. Way to go, Gator.
God is blessing. God is blessing.
Yes, he is. Plus, you do a good job. That's, people.
Well, I give him the credit. I do what I can do, and he's the one that sends them to me.
That's exactly right. It's a good attitude to have, my friend. That's how you look at it. That's why you're successful. Our buddy Gator Man from Cherokee Barbershop, South Roan Street in Johnson City, closed today, open Tuesday through Saturday. What are the hours, my friend, you're open?
Tuesday through Friday, it's 8:30 to 5, and Saturdays 8:30 to noon.
When I get this to the right length to get this cut for Pantene, you're going to cut it for me. Is that correct?
I am. I've got the haircut all picked out for you, too.
Okay, that's good. So, it's my boy Gator. So, Hey, I got to run. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for the quiz show. Went 3 for 5. Not so bad. And so,
Not too shabby.
no, have a great week because you deserve it. And I'll talk to you next week. All right.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Yep, great guy right there. Truly appreciate his friendship. He's a fine fella. And again, think the world of that man right there, the Gator Man from Cherokee Barbershop. South Rome Street, Johnson City, closed today. Again, when the barber pole's out there in Executive Park South, the business complex, when you see the barber pole out, that means the Gator Man's in. And so he'll be back there ready to go tomorrow. 9 new haircuts in one day, 70-some brand new customers. That's not talking about his regulars. That's over and above his regulars. 70 first-time cutters so far this year. That's very, very impressive, and I don't dispute it because, like I said, when I get ready to get this cut for Pantene, the only place I'm going to go is let the Gator Man cut it at Cherokee Barbershop in South Johnson City. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. We want to say thanks to our guest. That would be, of course, the CEO and Executive Director of this great establishment, Lisa Belhars. Also, we want to say thanks to Kim Gibson, the Area Director for the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport. Also, we were joined by, of course, Ryan Presnell, the baseball coach of Elizabeth, and David Strickland, the Tri-Cities Otters and Science Hill Boys soccer coach. Thank you, my friend. Also, Greg Taylor, dear friend, and one of our great sponsors here on the show with the Wells Fargo folks, Center Street Wealth Management Group, and also, of course, the foundation board member here at the Boys and Girls Club. And, of course, you heard just now the man we simply call Gator. We are out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. We will rejoin you at 3:15 this afternoon, about 2 hours from now, right back at it again. We'll go somewhere and get this voice fixed. And probably go to Mike's Medicine Mart, get some zinc lozenges, and we'll be ready to go for Elizabeth and Sullivan East baseball coming up. 3:15 airtime, 3:30 first pitch. And we'll do that again coming up today from J. Fred Johnson Stadium right over the hill here in Kingsport. The winners bracket game of the TSS AA baseball tournament with the Three Rivers Conference. So for all the folks here at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport, this is Tom Taylor telling you, as always, we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Until we greet you again tomorrow, or actually later on this afternoon at 3:15 for Cyclone Baseball, we would tell you, win or lose, be a good sport. So long, everybody, from the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport in the Model City. We'll talk to you at 3:15. So long, everybody.